Hello students, welcome to SST class. In today's class, we will be doing the next chapter of civics, that is, Women Change the World. We know that men and women have different roles to play in our society. In this chapter, we will be learning how some women encourage others, how some women inspire others to be independent. Did you know, students? 83.6% of working women in India are engaged in agricultural work. Their work includes planting, weeding, harvesting, and threshing. Yet, when we think of a farmer, we only think of a man. Many people believe that make better nurses because they are more patient and gentle. This is linked to women's role within the family. Similarly, it is believed that science requires a technical mind and girls and women are not capable of dealing with technical things. This is called as stereotype. Simply, stereotype is a belief that may not be necessarily true. Like, don't cry like a girl. Women are not that much strong. Boys are usually physically strong. So these are certain beliefs which need not necessarily be true. This is called as stereotype. Because so many people believe in these stereotypes, many girls do not get the same support that boys do to study and train to become doctors and engineers. In most families, once girls finish school, they are encouraged by their families to see marriage as their main aim in life. It is important to understand that we live in a society in which all children face pressures from the world around them. Sometimes these come in the form of demands from adults. At times, they can just be because of unfair teasing by our own friends. Boys are pressurized to think about getting a job that will pay a good salary. They are also teased and bullied if they do not behave like other boys. We can see in this example, it is from your book only. Xavier was happy with the result of his class 10th board exams. Though his marks in science and maths are not high, he had done well in his favorite subjects like history and languages. When his parents saw his report card, however, they were not happy with his result. My goodness, Xavier, you have managed to get only 65% in maths? Your marks in physics are low too? I know, Mama, but it's okay because I don't want to take maths or science. I want to study history. Why do you want to take history? Think about your future, Xavier. You have to get a good job. History will not help. It has no scope. But I don't like maths or science, Dad. Be sensible, son. Take maths and you can study computers side by side. The job market for computers is very good. So you can see in this conversation, students, that usually parents are pressurizing their kids to take up a particular subject, which is not a good thing. We can see in this example that Xavier, he is interested in history. He wanted to take up history, but his father is not letting him do so because he believes that history has no scope, whereas science and mathematics have a great scope. So this is something which is there in our society as well. This is stereotype kind of thinking that parents are forcing their kids to opt for a particular subject. They are not letting their kids to opt for the subject which they like. So these kinds of thinking still exist in our society. This is something which I explained you previously, that is stereotype. Now, learning for change. Going to school is an extremely important part of a child's life. In the 19th century, many new ideas about education and learning emerged. Schools become more common and communities that have never learned reading and writing started sending their children to school. but there was a lot of opposition to educating girls. Here are some examples. Pandita Ramabai in 1890s, Ramabai championed the cause of women's education. Rokia Shakawat Hussain learnt English from her elder brother and an eldest sister in spite of family opposition and went on to become a famous writer. Rashundri Devi of Bengal was the first Indian woman to write an autobiography called Amar Jeevan. Schooling and education today. Today, both boys and girls attend school in large numbers. The difference in their education still remains. Today, education is the right of both boys and girls, despite that only 50% of the girls receive an education. India has a census every 10 years, which counts the population of the country. This information is used to measure things like literacy, sex ratio, etc. A huge number of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe children leave school at an early age. The 2014 census even shows that Muslim girls are less likely than Dalit girls to complete primary school. Many reasons like non-availability of teachers and schools, lack of transport, cost of education, indifferent attitude of teachers and parents are responsible for the negligence of education. Women have individually and collectively struggled to bring about changes. This is called the women's movement. Different strategies have been used to spread awareness, fight discrimination, and seek justice. These movements are related to campaigning, raising awareness, protesting, and showing solidarity. Men and women in society are looked upon as playing different gender roles. So, that's all for this chapter. I hope you have understood it. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.